At the Kenna home in Milford, Ohio, 16-year-old Angie usually shared a room with her younger sister, Pam. But on November 12, 1993, Pam was staying at their father's house. When their mother, Beverly, left her oldest child and went to bed that evening, she never dreamed that this night would not be like any other.
Angie, I'm going to go to bed, okay, hon? Okay. Night, sweetie. Good night, Mom.
Angie was diagnosed as an asthmatic at about the age of 5 or 6, and it's progressively gotten worse. When she gets short of breath, she can't walk any distance because she can't catch her breath enough to do so. But she had had a period of 2 or 3 years where she hadn't had any serious attacks.
With a severe asthma attack, the actual airway tree is so spasmed down that they are unable to breathe air in. They're going to die if they don't get help right away.
When we continue.
911 emergency.
It scares you because you don't know what's happening to her, and there's nothing I can...
911 emergency. What's the matter? Okay, you're apartment 27? Okay, hold on a second, okay?
Claremont County Dispatcher Marcy Phillips took the call.
She just said asthma. She couldn't talk enough to give me any information. But I knew where she lived through the 911 system. It appears on our screen.
Okay, we got a person on the phone having a severe asthma attack.
Okay, we'll get him right over.
Okay.
Bye.
Beverly? Are you still there? Okay. We're going to send a squad out there, okay? Is there anybody with you?
It scares you because you don't know what's happening to her. The breathing machine got louder in the background. I could not hear her breathing at all.
Pick up the 911.
I'd lost contact with her, and there was nothing I could do to help her.
Miami Township Police Officer Gary Roush had been on patrol less than 4 minutes away.
Dispatcher told me to proceed to an address with the report of a person with difficulty breathing.
To my surprise, there was a police officer at the door.
Hi.
I had no idea why he was there.
Is everything okay here? Is there any problem here? She said that there was no problem there. When I saw a boyfriend appear behind her, my initial suspicions were it was a possible domestic quarrel of some sort. Dispatchers actually talked to somebody. They said that the person was having difficulty breathing and that they lost contact.
Angie.
Right then I knew if someone was having trouble breathing who it was.
Angie. It's my daughter! It's my daughter! Angie! Angie!
I was scared to death. Angie was unconscious, and you could hear the mucus in her airway.
She was turning blue, so I advised dispatch to have the squad step it up.
Miami Township paramedics Terry Robbins and Steve Monteroso arrived soon after.
Police officer said, hurry up, it's a 16-year-old and she's not breathing. Your heart kind of clamps up. I don't think you take a breath until you get inside there.
Okay, ma'am, we're going to need you to step back.
She's not breathing well enough.
Okay. With asthma, the air passages literally seal up. We were going to have to open up her lungs or we were going to lose her.
Just as I was putting an oral airway into her throat before I went to put that tube into her, she clenched down her jaws, which made intubation almost impossible. I didn't want to lose what little airway we did have. And I just bagged her with an ambu bag.
We're going to have to do something, Steve. We're not moving any air at all.
Okay. She was so tight and closed up that as hard as we could squeeze that bag, we couldn't even force any air into her lungs. We gave her some epinephrine, and a little bit of air was now going in, but certainly not enough to bring her around.
Call Claremont County, get air care dispatch.
You could literally watch her heart rate begin to slow down from lack of oxygen. I didn't believe that she would pull out of it.
We're barely getting a little bit of air in.
University of Cincinnati Hospital flight doctor Sabrina Leach took charge at the scene.
Hi.
What's happening?
16-year-old female had an asthma.
I was very concerned because she was doing what we call posturing, what you see when somebody is not getting enough oxygen to her brain. If that continues, she can be permanently brain damaged from that.
Way to get in until you can get her to.
She needed to have an airway. We went ahead and intubated her by sticking a breathing tube down her nose.
Breath sounds coming out, yeah. It's in.
We also went ahead and started giving her medication that is aerosolized and it goes directly into the lungs. You got good breath sounds? This is the most severe asthma case that I've seen. We're going to be going to University Hospital, okay?
It's just so scary seeing her like that. All I could think of was, you know, would she survive this? She just looked so close to death.
She did get something up the other scene.
16-year-old Angie Kenna was admitted to the emergency department under the care of Dr. Rashmi Katari.
She was completely unresponsive and basically comatose. She was young, which was in her favor. But it bothered me that she wasn't moving at all.
Your daughter's doing much better.
Angie's younger sister, Pam, and their father, David Kenna, joined their mother at the hospital as soon as they heard what had happened.
Able to move more air in and out.
I said, "I love you, Angie," and touched her hand so I could see if there was any reaction or anything, and there was none.
She can't breathe on her own at this point.
I was feeling pretty sad. We didn't know if something was wrong with her brain. But I know she wouldn't die because she's a fighter.
We're going to take her into the intensive care unit next.
4 days later, Angie was released from the hospital.
Ready to shop?
Yeah.
Amazingly, she suffered no brain damage.
We'll try on some sunglasses.
It's made me want to stay closer to her. Her asthma's still unstable at this point. She has new medication, and we have an EpiPen that she carries with her. So if she has a problem, she can give herself a shot of adrenaline.
Cool.
Different.
I love her with all my heart. I'd do anything for her to help her. If I could, I'd go through the asthma myself, but it's something that she has to do on her own, and all we can do is be there to encourage her.
I just don't think they're you, though.
I used to be really embarrassed of my asthma, but then I realized that there would be times that I would have trouble in front of other people and I couldn't hide it.
It's not going to go away. It's always going to be there. If she can get it under control, she can have a normal life.
Make your fly noise. Come on.
I love my sister and everything about her. She just makes faces and jokes around a lot. If she wouldn't have made it, I'd miss her, all of her being there. She's there for me whenever I need it.
Are we here looking for guys, or are we looking for school?
I want to thank everybody for what they did for her and how they helped her. But none of that would have happened either if she hadn't dialed 911.
I've been told that she had only minutes, that it was that close.
Yeah.
If the dispatcher had not seen the address on the screen, I'm almost positive that she would not have made it.
And I'd be grabbing onto anything.
I don't know whether she knows it or not, but having almost lost her, there's almost nothing I wouldn't do at this point to protect her.
The hardest thing about having asthma is that I can't do as much as my friends, but never do I let it get the best of me.
Oh, there goes one. That was cute.